YouTube and Facebook. So I don't know what's going to happen with any of this. So the 933 experiment, we throw something out and we just have a conversation.
Carolyn.
All right, here's what we're doing. I talked about this morning on the radio show. Dave explained today's a National Day of Joy. So I just simply asked, what brings you joy? In a toxic world where we need more joy, what is your key to happiness? What brings you joy? There's so many Karens out there that are just bitter, mean, angry. Male and female Karens out there that are lacking joy. So I'm just wondering right now from you, what brings you joy? For me, first thing that's most important is my son, my family. My dog Lady sitting in my lap is something that just will instantly bring me joy no matter what my day's like. My job, I love doing this. It brings me joy. I don't have a job. I get to come in here every day and do this radio show. For me, doing something for somebody else, something as little as opening the door and seeing somebody like, whoa, you opened the door for me, and their true appreciation, that brings me joy. Giving back to the community. That's something my dad taught me. Make a difference in this world. That brings me joy. You know what? Lately, I was always uncomfortable doing this. Thanking a veteran. You see someone wearing a veteran's cap. Now I was a little weird when I first started doing it. Now the look of joy that somebody recognized them and is appreciative of the sacrifices they make, that brings me joy. So what brings you joy? 2 ways to join us this morning. 833-804-1140. 833-804-1140. Phone lines are open right now, but you better call soon or you're not going to get in. And then, of course, you can always send us a text message on the James River Air text line. Let's go to Caroline, line 1. Welcome. You're on the experiment. Hello.
Good morning. I'm appreciative of the opportunity to say that my joy is in the fact that I can practice my faith and in this free country, and also music. And you had said a couple of weeks ago, if we had anything that was leading up to the 250th anniversary, to let you know about it.
Yeah.
So I would like to tell you that our church, which is St. Andrew's United Methodist Church at 9801 Fort King Road in the West End.
Okay.
We'll be having a I Love America cantata this Sunday afternoon at 4:00.
What's a cantata?
And everyone is welcome. It's music, and some participation from the attendees would be included as well. And we will be having a picnic afterwards. Hot dogs are furnished. And
don't tell me that. I can eat a lot of hot dogs. Don't tell me that. Don't tempt me with a good time with hot dogs out there after. But I don't know what a cantata is.
Okay, music.
Oh, okay.
All music.
All right.
I Love America.
I Love America. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a great one. What brings you joy? 833-804-1140. Because in this world, I'll be honest with you, I don't see a lot of joyful people on a daily basis. I noticed this the other day, Super Dave. I was at Costco, and I just was standing there eating a hot dog. So I got the hot dog and, whatever, $1.50 hot dog standing there at the high top table. And I was just watching people go through. And I'm watching them leave something like Costco. And I saw no joy on anybody's face. They all looked like they were mad. They looked like they were upset. They looked like they wanted to be anywhere else. I'm like, dude, you're at Costco. You can get a $1.50 hot dog. How do you not have any joy?
Yeah, a $1.50 hot dog brings a lot of joy.
Yeah, exactly.
And pizza.
And pizza. How do you not have joy with something like that? But in this country right now, we get so caught up in our own little nonsense. I think we've forgotten. When I see these videos of Karens yelling and screaming, they haven't felt any joy in years. So maybe, and I've said this before, because we're so competitive, we all want to have that thing that brings us joy. And sometimes we forget just to remember that little thing that can spark joy and happiness. Because let's be honest, in America right now, 2026, do you think we're happy? Do you think we're sad? Do you think we're happy? Or do you think we're miserable? If I watch the news, we are the most miserable country in the world. If you go on social media, there's times where I just want to take my phone and throw it against the wall because it seems like everything is so miserable. You go talk to people. I listen to the cable news. I go on social media. Listen, we've talked about things, and you would think that this country is just going straight downhill, and everybody's so miserable we're at each other's throats because we're so worried about everything else instead of just like what little things can bring joy to your lives. Think about those HOA people that are always yelling, screaming. Do they have any joy in their lives? Do they ever take a moment to step back and just enjoy themselves? Just bring a little smile to their face. Or are you just running, and you forget what it's like just to have just that little moment of joy? And Dave, here's what I'm learning. It's the simple little things. It's that breather. Like Dave, you're constantly. What are you always on me about? You're constantly on me about taking a step back.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's okay to take a day off and stop
breathe.
thinking.
And do I?
Rarely.
I'm constantly thinking about what we do here, but that brings me joy. Yesterday I went home, worked on the show till about 7:00. That brought me joy. I enjoy that. But there's other people that I just don't know where they find their joy. Like I thought about going to, I was going to try to coach Little League, but then it wouldn't have worked out because we went on that trip to Europe. I'd like to coach football. When I did that before, that brought me great joy, but we've got some other things planned, so I'm not able to commit to do that. But those little things that I think people have forgotten how to do just to give yourself just a little bit of joy. Here's some of the text messages we're getting right now. And again, all these are just simple little things. One was when I hear a child has beaten cancer, that makes me feel joy. The fact that I live in America where I have more freedom and prosperity than anywhere else in the world, that brings me joy. Here's a great one. Riding my motorcycle on the back roads and mountains of Virginia gives me joy. You notice a lot of these things, Dave, don't cost any money. Gardening.
Yeah, it's some things that
money can't buy.
You don't think of, like the freedom of freedom in this country. That's always taken for granted.
Okay, here's what this doesn't cost much money. Dawn from Colonial Heights. Very simple. Drinking my coffee early morning on the back deck, watching the deer eat the corn I just laid out for them. Brings him joy. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. My cousin Mike does this. He's got a couple squirrels that he feeds peanuts to. Watching him throw the squirrel walks up on the deck while he's sitting there in the back porch, and he'll toss the squirrel a peanut and watch the squirrel run away. Great joy. It's kind of cool to watch. So the other day I saw a squirrel. I threw him a peanut out there and just watched him eat the peanut. It was cool. I mean, it cost me nothing, but for that moment, I was just enjoying the moment. Brought me joy. Here's one. Good morning, Rich. Unfortunately, some people are so mad at the president they don't know what joy is unless they're ranting about him. Well, okay. Maybe for Trump derangement syndrome, but I bet you there are a lot of other people out there that just, it's not so much Trump derangement syndrome, but just life derangement syndrome, that they're so bitter and mean, and they're so toxic, and they're so miserable that they blot out the joy of everyone else around them. We all have that person in our lives that's just, every time you talk to them, you cringe. The phone rings. I don't want to talk to that person. You sit next to them, like, oh my gosh, that person is just such a happiness suck that you just don't want to be anywhere near them. That they can blot out the sun, they could blot out the joy, they could blot out the goodness of a day just because they're so bitter and miserable. And because we're stuck around so many different people, and misery loves company, we forget those little things that bring us joy. All right, listen, phone lines are open, 833-804-1140 on this podcast, 833-804-1140. A little bit different. You can actually interact with us instead of just watching us on YouTube, watching us on Facebook, or listening to this podcast and the show. You can just do it all right now. 833-804-1140. Subscribe to News Radio WRVA, Richmond Morning News, and you get this delivered to you wherever you get your podcast. Again, 833-804-1140. You can do this. You don't have to be afraid to share this. We're not going to, you're not giving away state secrets. But what's that little thing? And again, here's the thing, Dave. all of these aren't things money buys. Like the little squirrel that my cousin throws the peanuts to. I can't go give somebody maybe $10,000, bring me a squirrel, have him sit there and eat the peanut exactly like he did. Watching that gave me joy. I mean, maybe I could buy a dog trainer that can come over to my house and teach a dog to sit there and put his head on my thigh while I'm watching TV and just sits there and wants to be petted. But my dog does it for free.
And well, it costs you whatever you paid for the peanut.
Okay.
But
it cost me peanuts.
Yeah, exactly. The peanuts cost peanuts. But and just along those same lines, and just my thing was food. It doesn't even have to be going out to dinner. It could be something I make myself.
Just that.
And doesn't cost very much money.
Right. I enjoy for me is grilling. Yesterday it rained. I didn't get to grill, but that brings me joy when something like that happens. 833-804-1140. Somebody said joy is having a quiet time in the morning in God's word. Doesn't really cost that much. So maybe in a world where everybody's worried about this and worried about that, Dave, joy really doesn't come from using a credit card or buying something. Joy just comes from those little simple things in life is what I'm getting from everybody today. These little simple things in life is what brings you joy. And it doesn't cost you anything to have that joy. It's simply there. And I wonder for those people that have no joy in their life, what are they missing out on? I mean, I guess there's some people that are just bitter, angry, and they find happiness in being miserable. I mean, I've met plenty of people like that. I have people like that I've actually cut out of my life. Listen, I just don't want to be around you. You're just miserable no matter what. Let's go find other people to spend time with. But again, these things that I'm getting are gardening. That just takes time. Maybe it just takes time to step away from your life. Maybe that's what you've been trying to tell me, Dave.
Well, I know a lot of people that do gardening just as an escape. It frees their mind of, whatever their problems are. That's what brings them joy.
So maybe it's overstimulation from social media.
Yeah. And I've known a lot of people that I had an ex-girlfriend that she would garden for hours and hours and hours. And it's just what she loved to do. It's one of the few things she ever spent money on. She never spent money on anything except her garden.
Cathartic. You're out there with nature. You watch. And when you watch something grow like that, you're kind of proud of yourself, right?
Yeah. And, she grew vegetables that she would eat or donate to a food bank, and vegetables and fruits and vegetables she'd grow.
That's what my buddy.
And I don't have the patience for that. That to me, that's just work.
Well, that's what my buddy Brett tells me all the time. Whenever I'm getting cranky or he's talking to me, he's like, Herrera, you need to take a step back. He goes, go volunteer somewhere. I said, what? He goes, go down to the soup kitchen. Go volunteer. It's good for the soul.
Well, it makes you feel better about yourself too. And you're helping other people. And so you're making them feel good. And you
walk away with something, he said.
Exactly.
And not many people do that enough. Maybe that's where we're missing. And that's why we're so miserable, because you get caught up in your own head. You live inside your own head rent free. And you're just sitting there going, okay, I'm miserable. Everybody else is around me miserable. I'm going to make everybody miserable.
And go down to the Virginia War Memorial next week and
just stand there.
Put flags in the ground.
Yeah, or on Friday. That will make you'll feel like you achieved something. Like you've seen that William McRaven video, right? The one about make your bed.
Yeah.
So no matter what your day is,
it's been a while, but
no matter what your day is, you achieve something.
Right.
I had a friend of mine who said, "Hey, Rich, get up and go for a walk, workout, because no matter what, you won something, you accomplished something, you can make yourself feel better about." So he'd say, first thing in the morning, go on a run. So no matter what happens the rest of the day can be awful, but at least you worked out and you achieved something today. It wasn't a waste.
I go for walks all the time. And first of all, doctor said you need to get some exercise.
Right.
And so 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes a couple of days a week. And it clears your mind. You can go through everything that's in your mind. And by the time you get back, you're ready to fight again.
Got a couple more text messages. Sitting on the beach, drinking a beer and listening to the joys of kids riding the waves, says Dave in Chester. That's a pretty good one. One thing that brings me joy is that 4 years ago, June 28th, I had a stroke and I was able to recover, be saved, and I'm here to share his testimony from Tony. It's pretty good. My feet hitting the floor and drawing breath brings you joy. Oh, this is the best one. You ready? Maybe some of us get joy sending you mean text messages.
Well, we'll take that joy.
Hey, listen, as long as you're listening to the show, I'm good with that.
If it makes you happy, send all the text messages you want.
Well, okay, so maybe that's part of my new joy then. Because I told you the stories like about my dad and stuff, and he just wanted to make a difference, and he was a very humble man, but he tried to do wherever he can. He wanted to make a difference in his community. So maybe if I can make a difference by you sending me mean text messages, I will wear that proudly. So every time you send me a mean text message, I know that you're able to take that mean text message, puts a smile on your face. Maybe you'll be nicer to somebody a little bit later.
It can be therapeutic too. You got it off your mind. Now you can move on.
Go ahead and punch your air with the mean text. He'll wear it for all of us. And I know that I'm making you smile a little bit because you know you're trying to get underneath my skin, and we'll both feel like we did something good for the community. Like I remember when I was a pledge in the fraternity, I was late to class one day. I ran in, door slammed in somebody's face behind me. The girl was walking in behind me, door slammed in her face because I wasn't paying attention because I was late. Pulled me over, said, Herrera, guess what you're going to do? I said, what? And they go, you're going to stand here for 24 hours straight, and you're going to open the door for everybody. I stood there all day long, opened the door for everybody like I was a doorman at the Ritz-Carlton. I've never slammed the door in anybody's face. And actually, it was a good lesson for me because when you open the door for people, just that little thing of opening the door for people, Dave, a lot of times people are just amazed because people don't do that anymore. That little joy that I get from opening the door for someone like, oh, here, let me open the door for you. Like, what? Uh-huh. And then they look at you and they're really not sure what to say, but they have a little smile on their face because you did something kind for them. Just that little act brings a little bit of joy into the world.
So the way they hazed you to get into the fraternity was to hold doors open for people.
Oh, they did. I was the worst pledge ever. They did they really did not know what they were getting into.
1 minute.
Thank you so much. All right. By the way, the mean text messages are still coming in. Love it. All right, that's going to wrap up the program for today. Tomorrow on the show, Governor Jim Gilmore will join us here on Richmond's Morning News. So we have lots to talk about with him as well. All right, that's going to do it for the program. Don't forget, subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, put in Richmond's Morning News. Get the podcast, The Experiment, all the rest delivered right to wherever you get your podcast. That's going to do it for the show for today. Our national anthem is brought to you by Freedom Services and Training, the biggest little gun store in town, located in Mechanicsville. All right, there's a reason why we get up early every morning without fail. For me, there's a couple things. I really want to stand up, and I believe in standing up for this country, standing up for my family. That's why we get up every morning to bring you Richmond's Morning News. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's the Voice of Virginia, News Radio WRVA.
Please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America.